Hi, my name is Umar and today we'll be reviewing this Toyota Fortuner's 2013 model. So let's start. We have our website launched. It is www.bamwheels.com. You can go onto the website and see what more I have to say about this car. And also, if you'd like to shop from the merchandise store, we have a lot of cool merchandise on that website, so you can do that on www.bamwheels.com. The link of this website is given in the description. Also, we have our Instagram channel. You can follow us on Instagram to see what cars will be reviewed next. The link of that channel is also given in the description, and whichever car gets more likes on that Instagram channel has a higher probability of that review being presented to you guys before others. This generation of Fortuner was introduced in 2012 in the local market, and it stayed in production till 2016. After 2016, in 2017, the next generation of Toyota Fortuner was introduced. In 2010, when Toyota started offering these SUVs in Pakistani market, both the vehicles that they offered were extremely boring vehicles. I won't be wrong if I say that these are not SUVs, they are just UVs. SUV is a sports utility vehicle, and there is nothing sporty in these two vehicles. So today we will be talking about this one, and for Vigo we'll look at it some other time. But to start off with this car, currently the price of this car is around 4 million rupees, and when it was introduced it was around 5 million rupees. When you're spending this kind of money in Pakistan, you want to have one or three things in a car, or two or three, all of them. So those three things are, you would want either the car to have good looks, either the car to have a lot of features, or the car to drive nice. This car has none of those things. So in this review today, I will show you why I think this car doesn't justify the price and why this car is an extremely boring car, and then we will take it for a road drive, which will be a part of the boringness of this car. So let's start. Coming to the looks of this car has mediocre looks. So if you look at the headlight, this is your headlight with this one being your main headlight, and this is the high beam. The parking light is in this one, and it's not very concealed. You have this chrome grille. This is very similar to Vigo, Toyota Hilux Vigo, and that makes sense since this Fortuner is the full cabin version of Vigo. But Vigo was introduced, and we've been seeing Vigo since 2003. So in 2010 this was kind of outdated. When you come to the lines, the body lines of the car, they are all very straight. There are no curves, there are no design element to the entire side. It's all a complete straight, which is why I say this car is boring in looks.
Driver's seat is a powered adjustable seat. This is only the front driver's seat. Right now I'm sitting inside the car and the car is quiet. So this is one good thing. Now if you look at the steering wheel, this is the same steering wheel that they had in Corolla Altis at that time. This multifunction system, this wasn't there in Corolla Altis, but the design of the steering was pretty much the same. This leather stitching was also there. Now if you look over here, I don't know if you can, let me just try to show you. Yeah, so this is your RPM meter, then you have your speedometer, and over here you have your gear stock and your fuel gauge. Now coming in the center over here, you only have odometer, then trip A, trip B. That's about it. This is all the information that you get. Now coming back, let me just So if you look over here, you have your immobilizer gauge, you have the dimmer for the instrument cluster, and you have your powered door mirrors over here. Now, and over here you also have a cup holder which comes out like this. Then on your indicator stalk, this is your fog light, which you can do on auto or the regular one. Over here you have your wiper stalk for the rear and front both wipers. In the door panel, this is like black grainy kind of material that you have over here. You have chrome over here with the door handle. This is all leather. You have leather seats in this car. So the car, let me just show you, the car has leather seats over here. Now coming to the center, let's just look at this. So you have the same black green kind of thing over here as well, and over here you have your AC button, your hazards, and a manual climate control. This is one small storage pocket, this is another one over there. So this dashboard design is pretty much how it is on a Vigo. And then this is your cup holder number 2. You have a glove compartment over here. Then in the center, if you look over here, you have your rear air conditioning and the rear defogger, so you can do both of them from here. One cup holder, a small storage socket. This is the conventional 4x4 gear over here. When you look here, now this is 4-speed automatic transmission. At that time, Corolla was offered with a Triptronic transmission. Oh, by the way, this car does not have a cruise control either. So you see that space is all empty. That's where a Corolla comes with a cruise control. This car doesn't have a cruise control or a Triptronic transmission. It's an automatic transmission. Your handbrake over here, you have your console. On the roof, you have a vanity mirror. Here you have your 2 lights, sunglasses holder. Then if you come to this place, you have no vanity mirror, nothing. If you look at this is the navigation system this car came with. Now Altus, I'm comparing it with Altus again and again because Altus is made by same company in same time frame. So the Toyota Altus in 2012 came with a navigation system that used to look like concealed part of the dashboard rather than this thing, which is again outdated, doesn't belong to this thing time. And over here, if you can see, you have the fuel average and a digital clock over here in this display.
Now when we come to the rear of this car, you have something nice going on over here. The seats are split into 60-40, and what you can do is you can fold this entire seat and take it forward if you have something big to put in. How you would do that, you will press this latch and fold this portion, and then there is this latch over here that you will pull, and this one will come like this. So now you have this complete flat space to put anything from the trunk till the front seat. You have all this space. Now when you're sitting in the rear of this car, the space that you have, like this front seat is reclined all the way at the back, and the space that I have over here is decent. The headroom is also very nice. I have this one armrest over here, but this armrest does not have any cup holders. There is one cup holder in this door, and then there is 2 cup holders over here in the center of the car. On the roof, you have your rear air conditioning vents and the rear air conditioning control. So you have this fan speed controller over here. You cannot turn on and turn off the air condition from here, but you have the fan speed controller. The air condition has to be controlled from the front.
The rear seats have this manual adjustment to pull them front and back as well. So from here, if you can see, these rear seats can be pulled forward and back.
Now I will show you how convenient it is to get in the back of this car. So now I'm at the back of this car. Getting in the back is very easy, but if I try to recline the front seats, then it would be extremely tight space for the person sitting over here. But like, I have put this seat in this position, so this way the front person would not be very comfortable. I can, however, recline my seats like this, but it's not that comfortable compared to the next generation of it. On the roof itself, you have air conditioner vents over here as well, which is a great thing because these windows don't open, so you do need some air circulation. Coming to the back of this car, it has clear lens tail lights. In 2012, a Cultus was offered with clear lens tail lights. You have Fortuner's branding over here, you have 2.7 VVTi written over here. Over here you have the V emblem, which is supposed to be the variant of this car, but this was only offered in one variant, which was this V variant. You have a rear wiper, you have a rear spoiler with high mount stop lamp, and if you want to open the trunk, you will open it like this. Now over here you have some decent space if you fold the rear seats, so that's pretty standard with an SUV. So if you don't have the rear seats folded, this is the only space that you get, not a lot of space, and that's pretty much about it. One interesting thing that they have done over here is that there is this small hole over here in the spoiler where the rear wiper washer is. So that is something interesting in this car. So these are all the features in this car. Now let's take this car for a road drive and see what more it has.
Alright, so now we are driving this Fortuner. So when these cars were new, I had one of these as part of a project that I was doing at that time. So I had it from a client of mine, and even at that time I remember it wasn't a car that I used to feel excited when driving. It has always been a car that you really have to prepare yourself before you're to drive it. So yeah, this has been this car that has always been a non-exciting kind of a car to drive. So when it comes to driving, you do not get excited about this car. Now if I talk about the visibility is good in this car. This is a plus point, that it has good visibility. You don't need to, you don't have any blind spots or blind corners as such. A little bit of SUVs thing which is there, but that's about it when it comes to the visibility. Apart from that, in the interior of the car, it's all quite basic kind of an interior. You don't have a lot of things that you're now used to having. I'm the only person driving this car right now, and even then I can, the pickup of the car, the torque, that's very limited. Then yes, because of the high bodies, like the height of this body, you do have body roll issue, so you face that as well. That's also there. About fuel efficiency, the car does give you somewhere around 7.5-ish. That's where the fuel average is. If you're driving with a lighter foot, 7.5 kilometer per liter is the fuel average. What else? The current market price, if you try to get a good conditioned Fortuner's first generation in good condition, you can get one for something like 4 million rupees. So yeah, in terms of the price, these cars have held up their value. Maintenance wise, this car is not that hard to maintain. The engine, which is this 2TR engine, this TR series engine. It's the same 2700cc engine that you have in your Prado 2700cc as well. So all the parts are available. This is a locally assembled car, so the parts, body and engine, suspension, all the parts are very easily available, and the price isn't that high either. So like supposedly if you compare it with Corolla and Civic, the maintenance of these cars would be what, something like 20% more expensive maybe, and in some cases even at the same price. Since this car is automatic transmission, you do feel that sudden jerk when there is a gear shifting, which is kind of annoying in a car that was offered in 2012. That was the time when most of the cars were CVT and Triptronics and whatnots, and in this car you don't have that. You have a basic automatic transmission. So yeah, whenever there is whenever you try to accelerate, you feel that certain jerk, which is of gear shifting. That is kind of annoying. With the height of the car, you have body roll as well. Can't do anything about it. So even though the next generation of Fortuner, which is the 2017 one, it came with the same engine, the car had a better transmission, so it was a little bit more fun to drive compared to this car. This is a very boring car to drive, and that's about it.
This was all about our review for this Toyota Fortuner. To subscribe to our channel, you can click here. If you'd like to watch more videos, you can click here and over here. And please let us know in the comment section what you think about this review. Till next time, bye.